I just got back from the bathroom, drying my
Welcome
hands.
back to the man spread. I mean, we're not that shitty. The highball meat. No, we're not pussies that drink bourbon. The sauce bucket. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
And we have lovely
That's
new
where we at,
members
drip,
too.
baby.
Charlie,
Drip, baby.
reintroduce yourself. This is Charles to the right of me.
I'm Charles.
Oh yeah, new Cam. I can't point at that one.
Cam.
Yeah, there you go.
Bang.
There you go. I don't know if I'll jump to that. I'll make that all of us. I'll jump to the first one.
I'm Charlie, friend of the pod, permanent guest.
He's a host. He's gonna be a
That's
social.
right.
Charlie.
I'm sad. And
It's like an AA meeting.
Nick, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Nick. I'm a guest.
Welcome, Nick.
/ co-host. He's gonna be here.
I live a ways away, so I won't be here for every single episode, sadly.
But he'll be here quite often when he can.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm holding 2 vapes like a nicotine fiend.
But he'll be here.
But he'll be here.
All the time, baby.
This is going to be kind of like a double-parter because we filmed last week's episode and we didn't upload it this week because I input the wrong setting for this man's microphone, so it did not record. Yeah,
And I had a lot of good stories to tell, too.
There was a
Y'all
really
missed
good
out.
story, and I had to hear it through my microphone because...
Yeah. So what are we doing? Are we going to get into that then? Or are we going to wait?
We can kind of start this from whatever. We can talk about whatever we...
Okay,
Because, like,
so
Nick's
we
going to
need
be
a
the
good-
freshness of this. Because,
Yeah.
like, we didn't have him here for that recording, but now we do. So that's going to help out a little bit if we do re-talk about anything. But I think Charlie wanted to start with comfort shows.
Comfort shows?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, last time I mentioned that I was watching the show Super Jail.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Used to air on Adult
I've
Swim.
never heard of that. What's it about?
This is good.
It's
that he
just
didn't know.
about-
See?
It's an adult cartoon, and basically, fuck, I don't know. You just have to watch it. Honestly, it's just fucking
Bro,
wild. It's
I
like
remember
Looney
being
Tunes
drunk
style
and him
animation.
explaining it very well, and then this
Yeah.
week he was like, I don't know, because I
Excellent
don't remember
description.
anything
Okay,
you said
so
about
Alright,
it.
so you've
basically
seen,
it's
like,
this
Mr.
giant
Pickles
fucking
and shit,
jail.
right?
Yeah, you've seen Mr. Pickles. It's like that level of gore, and it's a giant jail with a warden who has like Looney Tune like power. You know what I'm saying? He can do.
He's like
goofy
Willy
shit.
Wonka of jail.
Yeah,
Willy
he is
Wonka
really.
of
That's a good way to
jail.
describe it.
Yeah,
The
he's
Willy
like
Wonka
the Willy
of jail,
Wonka of
and people
jail.
die all the time. And there's a robot in there that's
It's
like
so bizarre.
like supervises the jail, and like then there's a there's another prison guard. I can't really say much on that. And then there's two twins also that like those are like the main cast. It's pretty good though. You just gotta watch
Why
it.
was that your comfort show?
No, I was about to...
Because I fall asleep to shit like South Park, and when I want something different, like I like to watch other.
Like South
Gr-
Park, I
grimy adult
understand.
cartoons.
Yeah, that's
I
what
could
I'm
feel
Show
getting
was
at.
that.
definitely
I
that
could feel that.
70s show.
See, when you
That's
said...
I've
how
watched
show.
that one so many times.
When you said we were going to be talking about comfort shows, I thought you were going to talk about, like, The Office or something like that.
I mean, those are just mine.
But
You know,
I
Yeah,
guess
it's
everybody's-
all opinionated.
everybody's different.
Never really
We
got
watch
into
a
The
lot
Office.
of
I'm a
Family
Park and
Guy,
Recs
even
guy.
though we've already seen
Never
it.
watched
Just
it
because,
either.
like,
You should.
I've been through
Park and
mine.
Recs is way
If
better.
we gotta
leave
First
something
on for
season's
our
kinda hard,
dogs-
Second season.
if we got to leave something on for our dogs while we're out or something, we'll put on Family Guy for them because it's got, Brian in it, so they feel represented. And then
Feel welcome.
I like American Dad, but
Mine was Futurama.
we've been
Yeah,
watching
I like
Futurama. That's not
Futurama a lot,
I mean,
too.
I guess it's a comfort show, but for me, a comfort show is like something you've already seen, or you just put it on in the background just to have some white
Are you
noise.
saying that for yourself?
That's what I do for South
That's
Park.
how I
and shit.
view a comfort show. But
Me
for
too.
me personally,
Yeah, but that's
Futurama is like we're watching that show. Like Michaela's, she got into it, so we restarted it, and now we have to actively pay attention while we watch it.
A comfort show
It's
for me
pretty
is
good.
Futurama because I used to watch that from, I think, middle school all the way up until my junior year. I watched every episode of all 10 seasons except for Jurassic Park. I would
There's
always
9
skip.
seasons.
No, there's 10. One of the seasons was a movie series they broke into. It was Bender's Big
Bender's
Game
Big-
and another thing.
okay,
That's
okay.
usually season 5 or 6.
It
when
is
they put
6.
It on.
We're on that now. We're on
Yeah,
the first
so-
episode of that movie.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen that movie, so I'm excited to watch that with
Seth
her.
MacFarlane sings the song at the beginning, by the way.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've seen all
Did
those
you
so
know
many
that
times.
Hulu is picking Futurama back up? They're gonna do
I've heard
more.
that
No
for
way.
years. I've heard that for years, and it's never happened, and I hope it doesn't. I
Uh,
don't
Why
like
not?
the way it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had
I
a
mean-
good
It ended with such a good spot where, like, yeah, it could continue, but it also doesn't need to.
That's how I feel about John Wick 4.
So
Without
you
spoiling
said
anything.
you wouldn't fuck with you wouldn't watch Jurassic Park. Is that the one about his dog?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like
too sad. It's like the episode of
if I'm trying to
Gary
go to
where
bed,
he
I
goes
don't
missing.
need that
Yeah.
to be.
Michaela cried at that episode, and I can't blame
I
her. 'Cause
think
the first time I watched it, I was bawling. I
Yeah,
was so
the first
sad.
time I watched it, I was like, "Damn, bro!" I was like, "Why, dog?"
I don't want
to.
to. I don't want to spoil.
I said
anything
there was a
about
movie
It.
I didn't watch about this. Why are they showing me here?
I don't want to spoil anything about it, but I've read a little
Bro,
bit
Marley
about
had
Bender's
plenty,
big
yeah.
score, and I know that it kind of like rewrites that story a little bit of what happens with the dog
On what?
on Futurama.
No, on what part of it?
Bender's big score,
Does it rewrite what happened to the dog?
because in the original,
No,
the
remember
dog.
I stopped it in my senior year when I started is when I stopped watching it because I was like, maybe I watch this too much because I would be quoting episodes and stuff when I'm trying to go to sleep. Also, my phone alarm was the Futurama song for the longest.
Time for a new
And my
cover
brain started to think instead of my alarm going off, it was just an episode starting.
Gotcha.
And I had to switch that.
show. Mm.
But like in the original version, like when he's trying to revive his dog, Bender like throws it in the lava or whatever.
Well, he was able to, but he said no, he wouldn't have wanted it. And then they show you that he waited for him.
He waited for him
and then
for
Bender
like
just threw it
every
in the
day
lava.
until he died outside the pizza shop or whatever. But in the movie, things happen a little differently because there's some like time travel shenanigans, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So that
I
you
can't
can
remember that.
you can go re-experience it.
I know. You're gonna make me watch every season now.
It's worth it.
I
It's a good show.
started it with Fiona, and she got into it too.
Another comfort show that I used to watch, but like I'm ADHD, so I go through phases where I'll like watch something a bunch and then I get tired of it and
Yeah.
I'll move on.
Yeah.
NCIS.
Hmm.
Just because like I don't really care for the new seasons that much, but the old original
DiNozzo.
stuff.
SV,
Yeah.
SVU. SVU for me on that
I
one.
used to do SVU, but then I started like
I liked whenever it would just come on at my grandparents' house. Or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or
I
like
started to
at
get
my mom's house,
depressed.
I'd just be there and be on it. Just
But after
watch
you
it.
watch like the 80th episode, and they're like, someone has died from this event, and you
The
realize
old
there's a
just go through
pattern,
this
and they're
event.
like, oh, they're gonna figure it out by the end.
Yeah.
Though. And then the one episode, to be continued. Oh, so next episode they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
all of those cop
Oh, no.
procedural drama shows. Like after a while, especially SVU, because it's like sexual assault and
Yeah,
harassment
it's
and
like
stuff.
literally that.
It's like
It's all
it
made
just-
by
it
Dick
starts
Wolf,
to
ain't it?
weigh down on you. Like
Yeah.
Criminal
It's about one
Minds.
guy.
Criminal Minds is a cool show, but after you binge watch a couple seasons, you just start feeling like everybody's a fucking serial killer. Wait, can we curse on here?
Yeah,
Yeah. We don't give a shit.
Sorry,
Fuck
right,
this.
so
This is a fucking
Goddamn.
sauce bucket, bro.
Yeah,
we
okay,
piss,
I
shit,
didn't know.
cum,
But
everything.
But like you
Piss,
watch
shit,
a
cum,
couple
baby.
seasons of like even the
This is gonna
dude
bug me. Every time I look at you, I see that mouth.
the dude on Criminal Minds that was like
You
the
can lower it a little bit.
the original leader of the group
It's
or
just like
whatever.
every time I look at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original guy.
He left the show. I think his name's like Mandy Pattinson or something. I
Mhm.
probably butchered that.
Weird
Sorry.
guy name. You
But-
got the computer if you need to look it up.
I could do that.
Bro forgot he had
But-
power.
Dude,
As he's looking this dude up, I want Brad to
Patton
revisit
Patton.
his Jurassic zombie dream.
Oh, you
yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know what you're
He
talking
left the show because he just got tired of it always being about like murderers and rapists, and it
And
was
the
so
s- the
dark.
plot doesn't
It's so
change.
dark consistently, and he was like, "It's too much negative energy.
I
I
feel
don't wanna
like-
do this anymore."
Like,
And I totally get that.
It's just like the
I get
news.
it, but it's also like you signed up for it.
Yeah, but
But they could have had a different pitch back when it was like season 1. Like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we plan to do.
well, but I think he
A
stayed for
crime
like
show.
what, like 5 seasons? Or
Yeah, I
something?
think so.
So
I
he
don't
was
know.
there for a
I'm not a
while, and
big
then I guess he just
advocate.
wanted to go do other stuff that wasn't quite as like drastic.
Yeah,
But-
I feel that
Speaking of Jurassic,
Has everyone seen Criminal Minds?
a little bit. I haven't watched it like.
I haven't watched it since my
consistently.
law enforcement class when they forced us to watch it for a grade.
You know,
For
you know Reed though, like the smart guy.
Yeah.
Yes, that I do know because
There was
he's-
like an arc where
He's giving Tilden.
he had a girl that he was like interested in, and you know he never really seemed like the type to get a love interest. So you start rooting for them as like a couple. You're like,
I think
oh,
I know what you're talking about.
dark as fuck the way
Really?
that ended up. There's like a, I don't remember the specifics of it, if they were obsessed with him or obsessed with her or something, but they end up like taking
Was it
her
like
hostage.
You vibes?
Not exactly, but like they take his girl hostage and they're trying to like defuse the situation, and he's trying to talk him down and stuff, and they shoot themselves and his girl in the head, killed both of them.
God
He had to
damn.
watch his like one
Wait.
shot at love die right in front
Did
of
they
him,
shoot themselves and then shoot her? How'd that work?
like head to head.
Bro, got a collat. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It put my
Also,
boy
another
through a
comfort show?
treacherous heart.
I like that.
Sorry,
But
Brad,
no,
we-
we're talking about like dark comfort shows. I don't know why this cartoon was so dark. Like as a kid, like it was so scary.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
bro. That show.
I
was
knew
my
where you were going. As
shit.
soon as
That
you said
show
dark
is
cartoon,
cold.
That show was absolutely my shit.
as a kid, I
loved
was
that
like,
show.
"This is so cool. I love this show." And then as an
I've
adult,
never went
I'm
back
like,
and watched it because I only enjoyed it as a kid. Then someone brought it up on TikTok that it was low key a horror show.
Like-
and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't
I mean,
know.
there's a lot of fucked up shit in that show. Like the one
Bro, it's all
episode
about
with
being
the
scared.
cockroach where Muriel goes to like New York or whatever, and plays
Oh, yeah.
her guitar, and then like, he goes through the apartment building, and that claymation girl turns around and is like wicked looking, bro. Like
or
that.
the fact that the like vet sent his parents like to the moon or something.
Yeah,
Where
the
they
ducks,
could-
Bro, the Four
the
Horsemen?
the four horsemen, the windmill.
Can you look up the Four Horsemen?
That
The
shit
evil
is
is
Four
from the
Horsemen
windmill.
from,
If the windmill
Courage the
stops,
Cowardly
they
Dog?
appear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the windmill stops, they appear. I
Yeah.
remember that
in the
one.
Google search.
That is probably one of the craziest
I'm ready to
episodes
rewatch it
to
now.
me.
That's right. I'm ready
I
to
know.
start
Now y'all
rewatching
got
that
me
now.
like actually
I'm-
wanting
that's-
to.
It's on
Because
HBO.
y'all are putting all these like he's like the Four Horsemen. I'm like, I don't remember the Four Horsemen.
Bro, the tree that became his friend. That episode was so sad, bro. When Eustace cut it down.
I don't
feel
remember
like
that
I
one.
have vague.
Do you remember
memories
the
of this.
basement head? It was like a big black and white like basement head, and like he appeared and
Go to
talked
images.
to Courage.
Just
I
go to
can't remember
images.
exactly what he said, but
I remember the obedient.
like that head right there.
Oh, I
Oh,
do remember
shit.
that.
That's the basement head.
That is
yes,
very
that
good.
is what
You
I'm
can click
talking
on
about. Or the fucking. That's one of the Four Horsemen under there, down a little bit
This one?
to the right.
This one?
Yeah, that's one of the Four Horsemen.
The Windmill Vandals is
Yeah,
what
the
they're
Windmill
called.
Vandals.
I remember like
I remember
the
the Windmill
computer-
Vandals more than I remember them themselves.
Click on that
actually.
picture. Oh, never mind. Too late.
Oh,
You can go
It's all
back. There's a
good.
backspace up
why
at the
is
top
Alan
left.
Rickman on the homepage?
They're celebrating him today.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Is it his birthday?
He died.
They're celebrating him on the day he died instead of the day he was born.
No, he died in 2016. It says.
I mean, I know he's been dead.
Is
but
it his birthday?
Just celebrating him.
No, he was born on February 21st
Yeah,
and
they're
he
just
died on
celebrating
January 14th. Okay, well, I mean, shout out Alan Rickman. We love him.
We love him, respect him.
That is the
What-
guy that played Snape, right?
Mr.
Yes, it is.
Potter.
Okay.
What happened in the world of?
Windmill Vandals.
What happened in the world of? I heard, like, did a new book drop or something?
I have no idea.
Speaking of new things, have you guys seen the trailer for the new Songbirds and Snakes Hunger Games?
No, there's no
Windmill
Hunger
there's a
Games?
new Hunger
Sorry.
There's a new trailer. Yeah, the trailer's out. It looks. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look bad because it's young Snow. It's like the beginning of the Hunger Games.
Oh my God! If they show fucking.
Didn't we talk about this?
Bro, yes.
We wanted
who's
a
the mentor?
Haymitch.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
what I was
Haymitch.
gonna say.
It's a young President Snow, and it's like the first like Hunger Games, like in like a building type shit. And it looks. Look, pull it up. You should definitely pull it up.
Man, I want to see my boy Haymitch.
I'm not gonna lie. There's one scene that makes me cringe, and it's like the main girl, and you know how Katniss does like whenever she shoots the bow at first at the apple
What was the name
on
of
the
it?
first Hunger Games, and she does that
Is it
bow.
just New Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Yeah,
trailer.
the new girl does the same bow, but it looks kind of cringy in my opinion. That's the only scene that looks bad to me. The you know the dude in Game of Thrones that played
Wait,
Tyrion.
Tua?
The Ballad of Songbirds.
how many?
and
There's a Hunger Games every year, right?
I believe so.
Hear me out.
every 25 they do a special.
Yes. Okay, so
So-
that means Snow was there like
This
at
is
a
the
young
beginning.
age.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
young. He's young as hell.
Damn, that's crazy. That
Wait,
But
What- is
he's
he-
lived through every single Hunger
but you
Games
know
and
the
watched
dude from
so
Game of
many people
Thrones,
die.
Tyrion, the
No.
dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the dude that begins the Hunger Games. It's him
He
that
starts it?
He's the one that
Wait,
starts
wait.
it.
Questions. Does that mean Snow is in the Hunger Games?
No,
Snow's
he's a part of
like the-
Western
That would have
City,
been crazy.
Capital.
Rim. Yeah, he's part of the Capitol, and he basically is like a representative, like how other people are.
Mhm.
So it's
Wait.
like he could be like donating.
So this is the first one you said, right?
yeah,
That means that District 13's still there. So there's going to be another set of players.
yeah, it's all the way up to 13, I
Mm.
believe.
Because
they were the military complex.
13
weren't
was
they?
the military, and they end up. It
It's
was
been-
said that they got bombed, but they didn't get bombed because they said we're
They-
military. We
yeah,
have
they were
weapons,
like-
so they were like, pretend we bomb you, and then we won't actually fuck with you, and we'll just pretend you're not.
Yeah.
here.
But like, when did that happen? Because I remember reading the books. And I don't remember specifically
That
when
happened
13
whenever
broke
Snow
away.
was like older, though. I
Yeah,
believe.
that happened fairly recently. not dumb recent.
Just
but yeah,
you can use the search bar.
I believe it
You
was
don't have
something
to
that the
type it
people,
up
like
on
the
top.
adults in the world at the time of when the movies happened, it's something they remembered, right?
I want to see Hamage's though, because Hamage had to go.
are we not watching the trailer?
We don't have sound like that for it to sound good enough.
But yeah,
I will check it out though after this.
it is really interesting. Like it could be really good. I'm interested in it.
Yeah, you can click on that first link,
So
or if there's like a drop down.
it
he's
says
not
that they destroyed District 13 above ground while those living in the district went underground.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they knew about it after they bombed them.
It was something
and
like that, but they still.
they were fine though. They were well off. Oh, they said they nuked it, not bombed it. So like it was radioactive to even go near it, right?
Yeah.
No, because
It
they were
says-
outside making propaganda videos.
It says here, for a 75 period between the first and second rebellions, they were an independent nation, which kind of confuses me because how many Hunger Games were there? By the
75.
Yeah. By the very last one.
Because the
there
last
75.
one, it was the 25th. Every 25
right,
years.
yeah.
Haymitch
So,
fought in like 50.
does
Does
that mean
he
that
fought
they?
in 50.
Does that mean District 13 broke away like at the very beginning then?
Possibly.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been like very recent.
So maybe this will be the story of the Hunger Games being established and District 13
Yeah.
separating from the capital.
Is it a movie
That'd
or a
be
trailer?
dope.
Or a
It's
trailer?
It's
show.
a movie.
She's writing the book. It was also a book. I don't know.
Oh,
if it's
so
out.
maybe she was writing it and when she got closer to finishing it, she probably told them the ending so they could make the movie and
Maybe.
drop
Yeah.
the book probably.
So-
Because that's what
But-
J.K. Rowling
Yeah.
was doing with Harry
I
Potter.
agree with you though. Like I would love to see Haymitch's Hunger Games because
Yeah.
He had to fight
wa-
50.
it was a 50 anniversary one, so they did
Double
the
special-
players.
Double the players.
So that was
But
26,
the way that
right?
he
Or no.
25.
Twen-
50 because they didn't have District 13, I don't think.
the way that they win or he
Right.
wins is
24 would be like 48 members, I think.
Yeah.
Or they had District 13, so it would be 50.
Yeah.
So that means District 13 was
Well,
in it.
it'd be
at
52,
least till
right?
the
Yeah.
50th.
that's so confusing.
It's still a lot.
That would be
That's
52. It would be 50 if it was 48.
Was it-
13,
Were the
20,
Hunger Games
13
every year then, or
13
was it
districts,
every
two
few
from every,
years?
so it's
But every
26 times 2 is 52.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that means he took
It'll be
on...
fat.
No, okay, when I'm saying he versed 50, I wasn't counting him or his partner.
Yeah, yeah.
But he still would have... If those
they
two
would have
lived
been
to
up
the-
against 50.
You know
yeah.
how fucked it is?
It's like
for
even
like,
if you live to the end with your
yeah,
friend,
you got to
have
kill
to
your
them.
homie. Like, that's
Yeah.
so fucking
Well, hold on, wait.
terrible.
Now I'm confused because it says the Hunger Games are held every year, but
Yeah.
District 13 was an independent republic for 75 years. There were 75 Hunger Games by the time Katniss was in there. So how could they have been a participant in the 50th
We're not saying when they
games?
are. We were
So
saying
they were
like,
never were then, right? Then
I
that
don't
means that they were government with like all together, and then when they probably wanted to do the Hunger Games, District 13 was like,
Maybe
fuck
they
that.
used the destruction of District 13 as like an intimidation.
It
factor
was,
for if you
100%.
Don't participate.
Yeah.
This is what will happen.
Yeah.
So they used.
Yeah, they rebelled against us. That's what we did to them. So
you're gonna play our game.
yeah, if you don't
It's
play
just,
our
it's just
game-
two of you.
That's wild.
But yeah,
I don't understand why-
Tyrion. I forget his name, but Tyrion's the one that starts it, and he's like the creator of the Hunger Games.
So I bet like I would like to see more intricate like places instead of like the
Yeah.
wilderness. How you
But-
said it was a warehouse
but that's
type
the thing.
shit.
It's like you know how like
Because
I
they
think- I
obviously
think it
they
was
have
like
to
the-
start off with a bang, like
Yeah.
something crazy.
So I think it's like the fourth one where it has like that big structure building where it has like two pillars out and like one that goes in. If that makes any sense, it's like
The fourth what?
it's like a structure that's like in the middle of their like island where it's like the water type shit.
Oh.
Where it's like
Wait.
it's like
The
a weird looking
cornucopia?
structure type deal.
Yeah, I know what
It,
you're talking
it
about.
looks like that same structure, but it's inside a big dome warehouse type shit. And
Mm.
it's
The-
like everybody's in the
Are you
middle.
talking about the
and obviously-
cornucopia in the middle, the structure is what
first
you were talking about?
Hunger Games
It's not
was
like a
the-
super big dome, but it's like say it's like it's big enough.
Bro,
It's
what?
bigger than it's like
Look up the dome.
you're gonna have to watch the trailer. Just watch the trailer and we'll look.
Yeah.
We
it
can
up
we can
later.
play it in silence.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see what he's talking
The
about.
You guys, it's
the first
hard to
Hunger
explain.
Games that Katniss was in was the 74th because she got called back
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Catching Fire
Yeah.
Yeah.
special
that
anniversary.
was their way of
because they
being
did
like, okay, you
previous
cheesed
winners.
us. You cheesed us once. Even though, in all honesty, the dude that was running the 74th should have just shot Peter, whatever his name was.
What would
Yeah.
y'all do in the Hunger Games though?
I would not befriend if me and
What
you
would you
got
train
voted,
for? What would you train for though? Like if you got because they put you
hand-to-hand
through
combat
Okay. What about you, Brad?
with a blade or something like as well. I'm not gonna.
See, I would
train in stealth.
I want to at least learn like two things. Obviously, I would want to learn a bow. Just
yeah, but
because,
you don't get to choose to learn. They give you like a couple weeks to train.
But that's the thing.
I'm
Here's
already
the-
sneaky.
here's the thing.
Guys,
Hear me out
guys,
on
guys.
this.
This is the trailer.
All right, hold on. Pause it. Because you asked like
This
a
looks
good question.
fire.
Just go to the dome part.
So no, just watch the whole thing.
Well, in a minute, yeah.
But fucking, obviously, if you're being raised up to know that you're going to be in the Hunger Games, you have plenty of time to know that, oh shit, I have to be ready.
Once you're
to
12, you're able to get.
So I'm going to be 6 years old grinding.
Well, that's the tough part about it is like if you live in District 12, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You don't get that training life because you're
Spawn
out here
point
trying to
matters, too.
survive. Like, yeah, spawn point matters too. That's fucked up. Because if you get in the capital, it's like, Mom, Dad, buy me a knife for my 6th birthday so you can start.
That's the
It's
thing.
like Snowpiercer, bro. If you're in the back of the train,
Yeah, you're fucked.
sorry.
Capitals,
Still, I mean,
Capitals don't
even
even
if
gotta.
you're in District 12, I'll pick up a stick and I'll train like I'm fucking fighting something.
But there's theories to why Katniss got chosen, and
Really?
it leads back to
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
'cause
has
part of
always
the
been
rebellion,
planned. And then
yeah.
I seen a new theory, and this is like not me fucking around. This is not me. I'm not trying to get canceled here. There's a new theory that is suggesting that Katniss was autistic.
Why?
Because she as like a character trope, like she has autism, but it was never stated because it doesn't need to be, but it's
this
like
what you're talking
shown,
about,
and there's a
Bradley?
lot of like facts backing it up.
I mean, I could kind of
Why?
see it.
They're not saying
I
it in a
could
bad way.
kinda
They're
see
just
it.
saying like she has autism.
Yeah, because my sister has
Because she
autism.
said in the book
I
when
kinda
she
see
shot the
that.
dome down in the second one, she shoots the dome down. in
Yeah,
the second-
75th. When all,
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
the
yeah. So when she shoots it down, she said she saw the point to hit with her pattern recognition that she has in her head because of the lights flickering. And they were like, that is something insane to have as a skill set. Also, anytime someone said a joke, she didn't quite understand it. She didn't get sarcasm that well. It was like a lot of her social interaction cues were bad.
Makes sense.
I was reading into it heavy, and I didn't understand why people are like just now trying to like capture that fact or why it
Because
matters. But
it's just a representation.
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
There's-
yeah, yeah. But like,
Why'd you skip?
That's kind of
Is
crazy
this the
though.
building you're talking about?
Yeah, but we
So
gotta
that's
watch
where
the
it's
whole
held, the
thing.
first one?
You want to see the whole thing?
This is where it's at.
You gotta see the whole thing.
I don't have to see the whole thing.
We could watch the trailer later.
I
so
just
we
want to
can
know if
actually
that's the
listen
big
to
ass
it.
dome because I want to watch the trailer
It
later.
shows inside. It
Play-
shows the
play-
inside.
play it.
That's
Keep
what I'm saying.
playing.
I don't know what scene it is, but you guys are like, no, let's
Let's
watch
Oh,
it.
there it is.
No, it shows like a different fucking.
Man, that all look
Look at
like
that right there.
scrubs. I
Oh.
beat the dog shit out of them.
Based on the worldwide, you can keep playing it. I'm gonna watch it.
I could have won the number one. I could have won the first one. These motherfuckers.
Yeah, you gotta think about that, bro.
Oh,
You're
okay,
talking about
never
Trey. He gave up instantly. Oh shit.
Bro came through swinging a big ass sword. I'm not doing it. Nah.
Okay.
He's going stupid. Oh, look at that train. Looks like a
So
android.
instead of cannons, were they firing off like flintlock muskets?
Right. Why does this look so old?
Well, I mean, you gotta think.
They got
Their
them
technology
trains.
only advanced the more they did Hunger Games because it brought in so much money.
Yeah. It's
And it brought in so much universal connection. Like everybody does what they're told.
yeah, they're advancing in a different direction.
He's probably gonna be a mega.
Peter
dickhead.
Dinklage, by
Yeah,
the way, is his name. You
This
called him
thing's
Tyrion
What's
earlier.
what's his name
Peter Dinklage?
in the movie? That's his name.
No, that's the actor's name.
Oh,
Wait for it. That's Snow.
Oh,
where?
That's the blonde dude.
the blonde.
What?
dude,
Yeah, that's Snow.
He was a hunk. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what happened?
But like one thing I never understood about the Hunger Games was I get why Katniss shot the
Oh.
District 13 lady
Yeah.
instead of Snow, but why not in addition to? Like I would have just
Yeah, why not? You were
Hit 'em
you were
both.
double drawing that shit like nothing in training. What
right.
happened
You
there?
could have got a twofer.
She knew he was dying.
So
I'm pretty sure. And I think it was to make a statement. And I don't know.
Controversial opinion. Funniest part of the whole trilogy was when Prim blew up.
Bruh.
That was pretty.
Oh my lord.
It was just the acting. It's the same thing with like you ever read Of Mice and Men?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like in the book, you know, George is like shaking.
You can turn that shit
He's
off.
What, when he's about to shoot Lenny?
yeah. He's like struggling, the gun's shaking and shit. He can't.
They have that
He's
little
trying to hold back
conversation
tears.
about the
Okay,
rabbits
so
again.
just slight taps. He's not used to the MacBook track.
Yeah, I've never used a MacBook before. You kind of like put me on the spot.
You
with
can
this.
just click that
just
back
go to
arrow a couple
Google.
times.
Sorry
yeah.
for the interruption.
There you go.
Audience.
You got.
But like in the book, it's like Lenny
He's shaking.
accidentally killed. Spoiler alert for a classic book you should have read in high school.
What if they're not in high school yet?
Get the fuck out of here.
Do
You're not allowed on the podcast.
do.
But in the book, Lenny accidentally strangles old girl, and then they're running.
First,
off
it
in
was
the
a
woods.
rabbit, or
It was a mouse. he would pet the mice so hard that he would accidentally kill them, and then he would put them in his pocket because he was very mentally deficient.
He didn't want anybody to know he accidentally loved them too
Well,
hard.
he just didn't really
Come here,
understand the
bud.
concept of death. But like when
they're sleeping.
She was like,
He's all took it out.
she was like being a whore and trying to come on to him because he's so big and strong.
Oh yeah.
And
that was fucking weird.
she was like, "You want to play with my hair?" And then he would like caress it,
Bro
but
said-
instead of caressing it, he was like, and then she was freaking out. She was like, "Ah!" So he tried to grab her to get her to be quiet because he didn't want her to scream because he didn't understand what was going on and he didn't know he should just let go and let it.
Just like Katniss.
So he grabbed her by like had his arm around her neck and jerked one way, and that just snapped her because he was just so big and strong. And then him and George have to go running off in the woods because everybody else on the farm is out to kill at least Lenny, but probably both of them because they probably thought it was like a inside
In the
job.
movie, it is not portrayed that good at all.
The movie is like stone cold.
Oh no!
Quick draw, like big iron on his hip, blow the barrel out and shit. Like,
Look at the rabbits. Boom!
I can find the clip.
All right, well, he does that. What was our next segment? Oh, lucid dreaming.
Sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah, y'all were telling me about that
Yeah,
shit.
so
That shit was
when I
crazy.
was younger, I was asleep in my room at the old apartment we used to live in, and my grandma is really into like, she's like Christian. She got a lot of Christian type decorations, and she had this like painting that was in my room, and it was two angels just sitting, and for some reason a lot of the art is like young, naked, angels, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was asleep and I woke up, but I couldn't move, and one of the angels came out and like stood and just stared at me.
Bro had a naked baby angel.
And it was like, and it was just staring at me. I was like, what the hell? And then
We've
the
had a
dream was
deep-ass
over.
boy.
I woke up and I like looked around. I was looking for him. I opened my closet doors and shit. I was
I
like,
remember when y'all was first telling me about this. My questions were like, what was I asking? I was asking like, how do your eyes move?
Yeah, bro. It's like you can move your eyes,
but
bro,
it's delayed.
But it's like, see, like I said last time, bro. It's like it only happens to me whenever I lay on my back or my stomach, bro.
That's
And
how
I
do you
like
lay
this,
then,
like
bro?
my arms have to be like under.
Bro
me.
said no matter which way I sleep, I get paralysis. You
If I
you
lay
a
on my
side
side-
guy?
if I lay on my sides, I'm perfectly fine.
I have a tangent about the angel thing. I also have a couple sleep paralysis stories, but I want to show this
Oh, he
trailer
wants to
real
play
quick.
the
Or not trailer,
fucking.
It's a clip of Mice and Men, and it's Lenny
That's not funny.
looking out at the lake or the.
That's Lieutenant
Forrest.
Dan.
And that's the dude from fucking Space Force.
I never even really realized that until you just said that.
yeah, it is Lieutenant Dan.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, I only know that man from one other role.
He's from Space Force, Lenny.
I've never seen.
You're
Space
built
Force.
like Lenny.
Hey, bro. Oh wait, I do recognize
not-
that actor.
Fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, just.
I just want to show like him pulling the gun out and
This is so
shooting him
fucked.
like so fast. And actually,
Bro's over here saying I see.
boom.
The right.
See
Damn.
that? See
Okay.
that? Stone cold heartless. Like there was no.
I mean, in reality, in the book, if you're gonna sit there
in
and
the
hesitate,
book, that
you're
was
gonna
like the
just-
hardest decision of this man's life. He was debating on whether to kill himself or just turn Lenny in and let whatever happens happen, just so he wouldn't have to be the one to do it. Ultimately, he struggled
Bro
against
had
his
quick
own
draw.
emotions and decided that he
Bro said
needed
it's
to put
high
Lenny
noon.
down.
Do you think that was the right decision?
The what?
Do you think that was the right decision?
To put Lenny down?
Yeah.
I think it spared him from a worse fate at the hands of old Glove Boy and his gang.
Yeah, especially back in the day.
But it was very much a rock and a hard place situation. It just
Yeah.
was a tragedy that should have been avoided, but shit happens.
Well, I mean, he avoided it. He took care of it.
I'm ignoring that.
Yeah.
The tangent about the angels is like you were talking about. Imagine having a naked baby angel statue looking at you while you're like unable to move, and how creepy that is.
Nah,
And they were
he said it
typically
was-
boyish too,
Bro,
which is strange. But they
imagine
were like
seeing-
almost non-binary.
Imagine seeing a biblically accurate angel. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked.
That would be so much more terrifying.
Yeah.
I'll take the naked baby angels any day of the week.
Facts, but it's just both weird.
I don't know, bro. If I get sleep paralysis, I want the scariest thing.
Have you ever had sleep
No, that's why I
paralysis?
said I want the scariest thing to hit me, because if I had naked baby angels looking at me and like fucking hitting
No,
this,
it
I'd
was
be
just
so mad
jiggy
getting
on
up.
me.
It
was just
have
standing
had
there.
sleep paralysis 3 times in my life. The first time I
I've
was
had
a
it so many
kid,
times.
and I was sleeping in a recliner, but
Bro
like
sleeps on his side.
I was a weird kid, so instead of laying in the recliner with like it reclining, I was laying across it because I was a very small child and I could do that because it was a huge recliner. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and it felt like the only way that my brain could correlate what was going on was there was a demon sitting on my chest because I could not breathe, and it felt like an atmosphere of like pure evil.
That's fucked.
That's crazy.
And I was so terrified. I tried to scream. And
New stories every time, like, because we already kind of talked about this shit. You told me yours. He told me that one. And I just, like, the only part that freaks me out, it's not about what I see. It's the fact that I'm just going to be like,
helpless.
I could not move. And I tried to scream, and I could not scream. And so eventually I, like shook myself awake. And I was so terrified. Like, I'm even low-key shaking thinking about it. But I was so terrified in that moment that I was like, I can't go back to sleep. I didn't want to wake anybody up because how the fuck am I supposed to explain that and not sound like... It was a demon.
He had his butt on me. I was in the chair like this.
I didn't see anything that time. But the second time, oh shit, I fucked myself up. I was laying in my bedroom at my grandma's house when I lived there, and I was laying in my bed in a way where I could just barely see the doorway to the room. Right. And I was laying on my side, like Brad was saying. And I woke up and I recognized I had learned a little bit about sleep paralysis yet. I didn't really know too much about it.
That first one got me a little.
But I kind of knew that it was a thing. So I woke up and I couldn't move, and I was like, oh shit, here we go again.
How old are you around
CJ
this?
From GTA. And I look over and there is a pure black silhouette in the shape of a man where the only thing I can see are yellow eyes.
Bro, saw the demon from Supernatural.
It's all demon from
type
Insidious.
Shit. But like not being able to move and seeing someone just staring at you, blocking the only way to escape other than jumping through the window.
No, you're literally like you could like
you're a spectator.
Talk, it's like
you're in spectator mode.
Like you're like
because I was about to say that motherfucker would have caught some words.
It's
I'd
almost
like, do something, pussy. Because I'm mad. I can't move.
Spectator mode is a good way to put it, but it's almost like an out of body experience.
Yeah,
like you can see through your eyes like you're watching a screen or something, but you can't interact.
Yeah,
your controller batteries are dead, but you can still see.
But
what's going
still
on.
Seeing it. Like you're still there, but you're not there. Like it's the controller's dead, but you're still moving.
But that time
you're not moving. You're watching the cutscene.
Yeah, you're seeing.
But you can
the cutscene right now.
Also, some people will like close their eyes and try to wait for it to go away or until they can move or something. I like shook myself awake. I didn't want to blink to let this guy. Like I thought it was like a Weeping Angel wax museum type shit where if I close my eyes, he's gonna get closer. Yeah. Like if I'm looking at him, he's not moving.
Terrifying.
So I'm like, I gotta get myself awake while I'm staring at him.
If I'm ever playing a horror game and they got some type of creature or monster like that, where if you look away, it gets closer, I'm just like, all right, my eye's not leaving you.
Like, I'm gonna watch you forever.
I finally got myself to be able to move, but because my eyes had been like locked open for so long, it was starting to go dry. So I blinked, gone. Dude was gone immediately.
That's fucked.
So I was like, I'm not sleeping in here tonight. Fuck that. So I got up and went in the living room and laid in the recliner. And at the time,
the demon sat back on my chest.
My grandma was sleeping. This was a different house entirely. My grandma was sleeping on the couch because my grandpa would have night terrors and accidentally like knock the lamp over and shit. So
something might have been in that house then.
She didn't
want to sleep in bed with him because sometimes he would freak out and like grab her arm and it would hurt her. So she was scared that he would accidentally like punch her in his sleep and not realize it.
Was it natural or was it like a PTSD thing or what?
I don't know. He was in the Army. He said he was a mechanic, but you know, when people say they're mechanics, it's either they're a mechanic or they did some shit.
But that's the thing. So, you ever seen Fury? There were some mechanics
that had to go into battle and see shit.
But I mean, I don't know. He never.
You never really want to question too much about that.
The third time I had sleep paralysis, I had listened to the song called "Sleep Paralysis" by Juice WRLD, and I was thinking like, now that I know more about it, I would be interested to have it happen again because I feel like I could calm myself down to not freak out. Because I had done some research, and apparently that, like, weird, creepy shadow dude that I saw is, like if you're trying to astral project, if you're interested in that kind of thing, that guy's, like, the gatekeeper. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
You do whatever.
Because me and you had a conversation
fly around in the stars at night and explore and do all this cool shit.
Me and you had a conversation back in the day about astral projecting because you tried to do it, but the risk of doing it is sleep paralysis.
Something like... It's like you
have to dream journal.
You have to get into a hypnagogic state, which is where you're like asleep and awake at the same time.
Okay.
And that's kind of where sleep paralysis comes in too, because sleep paralysis is your body,
yeah.
Asleep.
like your body's instinct is to make you seem like you're dead while you're asleep, so that animals won't try to eat you. Like that's the theory, anyways. Is like a scientific thing that goes back to
Your brain's
sleep.
also.
Wow,
you
I
could
did
just
not know that. That's
You can
wild.
consider it off.
And it's also to keep you from acting out your dreams. Because if
That
you're
too,
dreaming like, oh, I'm chasing a boar through the woods, and then you're running around full speed right into a wall, like that could hurt you. So it was kind of like a preservation instinct thing. But
I forgot to clap. That was the clap. But it was like middle of the video.
But
an hour in,
I had listened to the song Sleep Paralysis, and I went to bed after that, and I had a dream where I was like, this kind of segues into our talk about dreams.
That's what I was gonna say.
I had a dream that I was at like a family reunion, and I saw like some people who, I don't remember the specifics, but like when I woke up, I was like, that's weird that they were even there. But like some random NPCs were present, and I went back to my hotel room, and I was laying in my bed, and I felt the sleep paralysis come on, and I got excited instead of afraid, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be able to astral project or like something, and then I started like float. I was in a dream. It was a dream in a dream, which is a lyric from the song. So I think it like incepted me or something.
Did you listen to the song the same day?
Yeah, I was
That's
listening
crazy.
to it like on repeat before I went to bed, because I had just found it, and it was like a new Juice WRLD song, and I was super into it. But I was in a dream within a dream, because I went to bed in the dream, and while I was laying down in the dream, I started floating off the bed, and there was like a mirror on the wall of the hotel room, so I could literally see myself and like air underneath me, like I was off the bed. And then I got really excited, and I thought I was about to like blast off and go flying around through the stars and have a fun little adventure, and then I woke up.
Yeah. On the edge.
I want him to tell his Jurassic, but what you were speaking of,
I see you looking at that vape, Bradley, you little fiend.
He was just saying he wants me to tell my story, so I'm looking at it. He just pointed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, let me put that away.
I see you
the
looking
one
at
lucid dream I
I'm looking
had.
at you.
I'm looking at you.
There's a couple dreams that I knew were dreams, but they were like, I kind of told them this already, but like, this is why I hate the fact that we record. Like, there's dreams where I've been the Flash and I had super speed. So like, I would realize it's kind of a dream, and you know how when you're in a horror one, you're like, wake up, and you finally do. I wouldn't do that. I would just let it play out because I was enjoying it, but I wasn't controlling it because I kind of didn't try to, because I was afraid if I did, I would ruin the whole experience. And then,
But you were still kind of lucid though, like you were aware it was happening.
I was aware, but like I told you, like I was running down the streets of like Fairdale or some shit. I was running somewhere, and then as soon as I got to the dollar store, I don't know why I ran at super speed at the dollar store. I started losing speed as I was grabbing objects, and I tried to run to the cash register, and I ran slow. And then I woke up, so I was double.
Imagine
mad.
you woke up at the dollar store holding a bunch of random shit and you just grabbed.
I would have questioned if I
you
had
slept,
superpowers.
walked, and sprinted all the way there from your house.
Or super speed. But then the one lucid dream I did have where I felt it was I realized everything. I was putting everything in key because we talked about it beforehand, like a couple weeks before it happened, and I went to check my hands. I made that a natural thing. Like anytime I had a dream, I was like, check my hands.
I do remember us talking about, because people will, like, one of the strategies people have when they're trying to lucid dream is they'll wear like a rubber band around the wrist or something.
And if it's not there,
if they know the rubber band's not there, they're dreaming.
Yeah, so I checked my hands, and they say sometimes you'll either see
like multiple fingers
or it'll just like it'll allow you to kind of, and that's what I did, and I felt it, dude. It felt so weird moving my hands. I said, "Yo, I'm lucid dreaming." Woke up.
Yeah, I've had a few instances where I like start to realize it, and then I try to like purposefully take control, and it's like I get rejected. But
if I would have just let that kind of like naturally soothe out, I probably would have been good. But I just hyped myself up so much because I was like, yes, conquered and shit like that. But this dude has a fucking dream. The night we kind of going from lucid dream back to nightmares.
Yeah,
it's just
real quick,
it's so
on the topic
weird
of lucid
and
dreams,
funny.
Yeah, let him.
I just mentioned last episode, I've also lucid dreamed a couple times, but every time I do, it was back in the day when I was younger, and I was just like two bitches every time. Anyways.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I had a lucid dream when I was a kid where I was on. It's low key a nightmare, but not really. But like, I was standing in the middle of a highway at night, and a semi truck was coming at me full speed, and I was like, the only thing I could do is jump over it. So I jumped, and I went like 40 feet in the air, but it was like moon gravity. So I was like gently gliding back down, and I touched the ground, and I was like, that's so cool. And I went to do it again, jumped, normal gravity, fell right on my face. A truck went over top of me, loud ass horn, and I woke up.
No.
Have you seen the TikTok where it's like NPCs in your dream be acting all cool until you ask what time it is?
Yes. Apparently.
He said you're in
Also-
universe B. You can go all the way to Z. Good luck. Have fun, man. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, yo. He stops him while he's like walking away. He's like, what time is it? And the dude
And
just starts
they-
running at him. And like he got angry as fuck.
I've seen the theory where they say
I've
that
seen
because
that.
apparently when you're dreaming, you're not in your body and you're somewhere else, and then when you ask what time it is, they know that you're dreaming, so they want to like get into your body or some shit like that, or like possess
Or
you.
like it's like think of your body as like a vehicle, like a car. So if your soul or your spirit is not in the driver's seat, that means if the keys are in the ignition, somebody
my
can jump
thing
in
is-
and go for a
yeah.
tour ride.
My thing is
Or like Inception, where how they have it, where it's like you ask like what day it is or time, like you guys said, they know that you're not supposed to be there. Like this is not.
you're incepting.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not
okay.
in this world. Like this is not your world.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's
That's
fucking
an Inception?
That,
Yeah, that's an Inception because
That's
they
crazy.
do that.
I've
It's
watched
like they
it,
go to the
and I never realized
It's
that.
with
Yeah.
they go to like the last dude that they go to. They like go to like his like second dream world, and it's like they start like you could see that they start realizing that like there's someone in here that shouldn't be in here. Then they start acting really weird and sketchy, and like start trying to like search everybody and like figure shit out, like all like the NPCs type shit.
How are they
Yeah.
searching them?
Like so normally it's like if you're in like a dream, like in there, it's like everything would seem normal. No one's paying attention
Yeah.
to you. Everybody's walking by
remember
doing
that
their own
shit.
thing. And then there was like a scene where he's like he says something about like time or like the day, and then like all of them just stop and look.
Oh, that's
And then
fine.
they like stare at him, and then like the Leonardo DiCaprio basically like brings it back, and then they all go back to normal. Like
How does he bring it back?
it's like some
He
saying
reset the machine or
no,
something?
there's no machine that he resets. Like he's in the dream talking to the dude in his dream. Like he's in this dude's dream talking to him.
So who said about the time? That's what I'm confused about. Like,
So
was it Leonardo or was it
wasn't like,
another guy?
It wasn't like he said something about time. Like he's brought something else up that was like that wasn't supposed to be brought up, or like the dude's dreams would
He
realize.
said a no word.
Yeah, it was like something. Like I can't remember fully.
So
but it's
that
like something
basically
ties
the
into it.
dreams have like a specific
It's like
story,
it's
and he brought something.
subconscious. It's
Yeah,
like it's
so
subconscious.
he brought
It's like-
something out of the dream that shouldn't have been talked about, and they all looked
not
at him.
even out of the dream. Like it was in the dream. Like they were still in the dream, and the dude was basically like, "I have to like." My father's like a bitch type shit. Like he treats me bad or some shit, or he just died. And he was like, I have to know like what day I have to go type shit. And then it's like they all
Oh.
stopped and like looked. And then like Leonardo said some shit of like, that doesn't matter. You have to focus on this. And
Okay,
like basically
so
brought his focus back.
When
to
they heard the word like day, they got like
yeah,
they were
yeah.
they were
So it
about
was
to
like,
get angry.
It was like, all right, something's not here. Like
Red's kind of sus.
yeah, like it was really weird. And like you would see like them like looking around and like.
What'd you
So
say?
there's not
You said-
supposed to be an
you
idea.
said what day it is? They're like,
Yeah, if you're not supposed to know the time or day or
There's not
anything,
supposed
like,
to be a
it's supposed
concept of time there, I guess.
Yeah, there's no concept of time. Like it's supposed to just flow and
Yeah.
like
Have you all ever experienced where you're in a dream and you go to look at like some type of electronic device, like a screen or your phone or whatever, and everything's all jumbled?
yeah.
Or like you're
No.
looking at a book or something where there should be like words and it's all scrambled.
Or it's like you try to
Yeah,
focus
yeah.
on someone's face in a dream and it
It's
doesn't
almost
like,
like-
focus like ever. Like it's like
If you've seen the new AI pictures that they've generated, like people do street photography, and it's the same thing in the background. It's like a false language, just like random gibberish.
But like
trying to fill in the blanks. I guess is the best.
Yeah,
way
it
to
could be the
put
same thing with the mind, you know.
Your mind can't literally just
Well,
map out an entire
something
article.
I was reading was like the theory was it's because they're like man-made things. Like the language is man-made, the cell phones are man-made, so they don't exist naturally in your brain in the dream world because they're like artificial creations.
So
So
you're
I shouldn't see oranges. I shouldn't see yellow banana or orange carrots.
You're splitting hairs there. I'm talking about like technological advancements because you gotta think.
Yeah, I'm talking
Th-
about
well,
carrots. We change the color.
But think at your most natural state, like from just
I'm afraid of yellow.
being born, you don't know
You're
how to
scared of the
read.
sun?
No,
Are you
no, I'm
serious?
saying
Dewey
that's where
from
the fear of
fucking
yellow.
Bitch
That's a
comes.
learned behavior, but your
An
brain
evolutionary trait of
is
being
not-
afraid of yellow is most bright colors, mainly yellow, led to like poisonous items. That's why some people, or orange and shit like that too, or like how frogs, if they're like orange and shit, they say don't touch it because it's probably poisonous. That's where that fear of shit like that comes from. So we would change the colors of some food because it just helps
No, I
with
get what you're
cells.
because
and-
motherfuckers be scared.
but like
There's people out there that are really scared of carrots because of their
at your most
evolutionary genes
natural,
didn't get the
basic
update.
biological
They
state,
missed the patch.
you don't know how to read. That's a learned ability. So like when
Yeah.
you're asleep, you're only using certain parts of your brain. So
I just gotta learn to unlock the other.
The theory is that, well, I guess that would make you fully lucid if you could do that. But then it's like if you're lucid in your dream and you're reading shit that's not there, then maybe you could find some like secret knowledge.
Or like a way to
maybe
unlock
it's
your brain
knowledge that
more
you don't
to-
even know. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Like
the Great Library.
Wake up speaking
Yeah.
French.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think
yeah,
it was
the
brought up.
Akashic Library. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
There's
I think it was
apparently
brought
a
up last.
library in the sky that you can go to once you learn how to lucid dream, and it has like all knowledge.
What
I
the
don't think-
fuck?
I don't think it's in the sky. I think it's in the world within.
Okay, we mentioned this
I
last
thought you
podcast.
said the sky, but we talked about this years ago.
We need to start. We need to try some of this shit outside of the pod.
That's
like,
the thing, though, is like
Meditation
the
is the
consequence.
first step.
That's true, but the consequence is like if you do it wrong.
I don't care.
Sleep
not gonna
paralysis,
die.
You're gonna have a naked angel baby on you.
I'm not gonna die.
I gotta clarify.
It's not gonna be my counselors
Conscious,
full of boobs, full of fucking pizza rolls. You know what I'm saying?
conscious meditation is the
Looking
first
like
step.
a fucking brown paper bag.
Yeah.
Buzz.
His. Where did the fear come from? Big tits.
Huh? I don't have a fear of big tits.
That's
Yeah,
not
no,
what,
that's not what
he
he
said.
said
He
last time.
said
No,
he
I
had a-
don't. I just think they're disgusting.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt what Nick was saying though.
I was
No, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's more interesting.
I
than what
like
we were
big
talking about.
tits, but like massively
cannot
huge
lie?
tits that are like half
He's
of
talking
your
about
chest.
like
Oh.
he's talking about like fucking
Yeah, no, I got you, I got
H's.
you.
Like there's such thing as too much of a good thing, right?
But
It can go a little farther for me in terms of like ass, but like with tits, like it's just because when I
Why
was
did
younger, I
you-
had this nightmare, and I had this counselor. It was this big older black lady at I'm not gonna say that my elementary school, but she was real nice. She was real old. She was not pretty at all, and I had dreamed one time that she was like there in my dream for some reason, and she pulled her shit out, and she had these big ass old titties. It was saggy. They looked like a wet paper bag. They were all wrinkled and like slightly see through, and it looked like they were about to rip
Slightly
open.
see-through.
It looked like they were about to rip open. It was just like covered in wrinkles and shit.
Translucent titties.
And then they busted open, and they were full of pizza rolls. And like a massive amount of pizza rolls, and I was so scared.
I had to clarify that. A massive amount.
of massive.
And I when I was little, I fucked with pizza rolls tough, and I
So
was so
wait,
pissed.
After that-
you're telling me
Nah,
it was,
yeah,
it was 2 big old family packs of Titinos?
bro, it was like 4,
Yeah, I was
2
gonna
in
say,
each, bro.
probably
It was
4 or
like they were
5
like
family
spilling
packs.
out on the ground and shit, and I was
Did she
I
like
could
chase you down or something afterwards? With?
Yeah, she was like scary. She was like coming after me type shit. But the
Pizza
scariest
rolls
part
coming
is
out.
the titties. She was standing there and then they boom and she, type shit. But I still fuck with pizza rolls. I don't like
Big titties,
huge
not so
massive
much.
tits. Yeah, I don't. But you can have some huge tits. You know, so you can have some fucking milkers. Just
They
not.
feel like
better
it's
have pizza
more-
rolls.
There's a
in them.
line. There's a line.
There's a
though.
line that you can't go past.
Or you start making me fucking gag.
When's the
I'm
last
gonna
time you ate a
start
pizza roll?
But I'm not trying to like body shame nobody. It's just like preference and that fucking dream.
Yeah,
What?
good save there. Career save.
You said what?
So when's the last time you had a pizza roll?
A
When's the last time you had a big titty?
couple months ago.
which one were you responding to right there?
Yeah.
Big titties has been some years. A couple months ago though on the pizza rolls.
Uh,
I had a pizza roll like a
I've
couple
had a
months
pizza
ago.
roll.
and
have
it
you
was-
ever had
it
a
was-
dream
it
where you
just-
felt like?
it was, they don't hit the same anymore, bro.
Have you ever had like a lucid dream where you felt like you were seeing like behind the curtain, like some shit that you were not
Yes.
authorized
Yes.
to see?
Yes, and it was around the time that I had a dream about my counselor. I had a dream that I thought I was awake, and I went and did like half of my day as a child. And then when I got home, I came inside and I turned around, and the door was like some fucking purple Narnia like door, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I tried to open it back up, and then I woke up. And it wasn't necessarily what I saw, but it was just how I felt in that dream that was like different. And it was really like
That's fucked.
some like figuring out something. And after that, like I remember for like a couple of days, I couldn't really tell if I was like awake or not. It had me tripping, you know what I'm saying? Because it was so real. You go out and just like live.
That's my worst fear right there. Like, not even sleep paralysis. Me, like, doing a dream where it feels real, and then I wake up and I'm like,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've usually always been able to tell the difference. I'll let you finish that. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. But it's just, I'm really afraid that one dream's going to hit me where there is no difference. But it hasn't yet. But there's been some close ones.
I mean, bro, like, I've had, like, those vivid dreams. Like, you want me to talk about, like, the zombie dreams.
Yes.
I've had.
Yeah.
I've had a few where it's, like, the same one. And every time it's, like, I'll be in, like, a fucking Tark bus or whatever. And, like, we're driving down the highway. And it's, like, me, all my family, and usually, like, my homies. Like, it would be, like, random homies. Like, every time. It's not the same people. It's
So
just
you had that dream multiple occasions.
multiple different times. And it's always different people that are all, like, I'm on the Tark bus with. And we're, like, surrounded by zombies. And it feels, like, real vivid. Like, it's, like you said, like, I feel like it's so real that like I'm actually there. And whenever I wake up, I like have to look out the window to make sure like there's no zombies outside. And everything's smooth.
Fuck that.
But like it'll go or like the other thing that it leads up into where it's like we'll be on the Targ bus and we always get to this tunnel. And for some reason, we get into a fight with a fat-ass amount of zombies, and the bus tips over. We end up escaping. The bus is, like, blocking the pathway, so they can't get through. Like, the zombies are on the other side of the bus. We're going through the tunnel like we just escaped. But every time we escape, it leads into, like, a Jurassic World. Like, I run up, and there's a fucking T-Rex that's just, like, right there, runs up.
And boom,
like
dinosaurs.
Ready to, like, bite the shit out of all of us.
Wait
like,
until you get to the 3rd level, zombie dinosaurs.
Probably it's like it runs up like it's ready to eat us type shit, and then I wake up
and then I
have
jump
to make sure that I'm not there. Like I look out the window, I make sure nothing's like going on.
No velociraptors outside today. We're good boys.
Yeah, like I have to make sure like I'm not there. Like
you're gonna wake up. You're gonna forget it's Halloween one year. You're gonna look outside. There's gonna be like someone dressed up as a zombie, and he's gonna be like, "Get your guns!"
Oh God, Mom!
But like, imagine a movie where instead of the meteor impact killing the dinosaurs, it's like a zombie virus on the meteor, and it just spreads throughout like the land before time.
And then we dig up a fossil, and we fuck with the fossil, and the disease comes back.
Yeah, that would be. Look, we just gave a new movie.
Yeah, I was about to say Lionsgate just stole that. And
no, Mark TM that. TM. Fucking.
I'll bleep out everything he said so we can keep it to ourselves.
You ever seen The Love Guru? Bro, it's fucking goofy as hell. It's like one of them like sploof fucking goofy movies type shit. And it's like the dude that voices Shrek.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, Mike Myers. It's him as like a love guru, and he'll be like, intimacy, into me I see. TM. Oh, it's the goofiest fucking shit ever, bro.
Oh, shit.
What is this from?
It's on Amazon. It's a movie called The Love Guru.
Okay.
I had a dream once.
It's so goofy, bro.
Where I was like, I had no physical body. It was just like my consciousness, and I was zooming through. The best way I can describe it is the PlayStation 2 startup sound space. Like, you know how when you hear that, you think about space?
Yeah.
I was zooming through there. It's completely black. There's no, like, up or down. It's all one level.
Yeah.
And there's these little lights that are perfectly equidistant apart from each other, spread out in, like, an infinite
What
matrix.
color were they?
They were, like, pure white. Like, golden white, like, just super ultra LED type thing. But they were like these little
joke, but
they were like these little traffic cone prism things, and they were all spread out equidistant. And I'm zooming through here, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Like, I'm like lucid and conscious, and I'm like, I can see this, but I don't have a body in this dream. So I'm like experiencing all these, like, this is so cool. What's going on? Da 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 da. And then I feel like the entire existence starts rumbling. Like, it's like something realized that I'm not supposed to be there, and it's like tearing the whole world apart
to
get me out.
Inception shit, like I was saying, because that shit will happen too. Like in the movie, it shows it like it's like an earthquake happens.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Crazy
like
how accurate they got that shit.
But I panicked because I'm like, if I felt at my core, like instinctually, if I don't get out of here right now, I will be dead. Like IRL. Dunzo. So I beam to the nearest thing of light, and as soon as I touch it, I open my eyes, and my grandpa's putting his hand on me to wake me up for work. So I was thinking, like, what if that, like, the light was that moment in time from when I'm sleeping, and like every time that you go to sleep, like you were saying, maybe your consciousness or whatever goes somewhere else. What if that's like
you got to the back rooms? Yeah,
that's like the place in between. So like you go from your body through the nexus, is what I called it.
Yeah. To
the other point to have your weird ass dino zombie dream.
Yeah.
And then when you're waking up, you come back through the nexus and zip back into your body.
Right.
Yeah, he slipped into the back rooms of the dream world, bro.
But it was just
and then
weird
the
to
limbo,
me
like the in between of that would be like sleep paralysis, like seeing those entities. Like
Yeah.
you said,
Well,
was
it's
like a
like,
gatekeeper.
in order to like separate your consciousness from your body has to stay here, and your consciousness has to go elsewhere. But usually people are probably
we
asleep
don't
by that
understand
point.
the consciousness at all. That's like one of the science we
Yeah.
don't.
They think it's in the brain, but that's never been proven. No, on some real shit.
No, I mean,
No, it's a good joke, like, because it's both true and like, you could. Don't fucking call me out for laughing at something, hey, bro. Why am I getting stared at, bro?
'Cause you're talking.
Everybody dies from buckets right now.
Then we come right back, just keep talking.
All right, they're alive again.
I had something else to say about dreams, but I forgot. Oh yeah, you talked about like felt like you were gonna die. I've like died like, or I feel like I've died multiple times in a dream. I had a dream recently, like a couple weeks ago. I was at work and I work on an airport, and there was like a thing floating, like a concrete platform floating by, and it was like it had a large old style nuke, like navy blue fucking nuke, and it wasn't like the, if you think of the old ones being like a teardrop, a little flat part. The flat part was like on the top, so it was about to drop on us, and it was just like slowly just floating through the sky, and everybody seeing it, and everybody like pointed up, and I was like working, I looked up, I was like, what the fuck? And everybody started panicking, and then I was like, damn, what are we gonna do? And then I hear a panic again, and I look up again, and I see it falling, and I'm like, oh shit, damn, well I lived a good life, I guess. And I jumped in the can, and then I woke up, and then I had another one where I was sitting out front of a liquor store, and I was in a car with the homies, and we started getting shot, and everybody ran out, and I stayed in the car, and I got hit like multiple times.
Yeah,
and I was sitting there like fucking holding my shit, and then I just woke up.
I'm trying to think if I've ever died in a dream.
See, bro,
I had a
that
dream.
also ties into like, what if like this is some fucking Doctor Strange multiverse of madness? Like, what if like
you're experiencing your death in another universe?
dimensions of you's life,
Yeah.
like their
Dimensions
last
of
moments.
you's. Yeah, no, I know what you were saying though. Like,
But yeah,
for
like
sure.
what if it's like
It's a
another
multiverse
dimension
theory,
like,
yeah.
of you, like you're experiencing like their last moments.
That Charlie
or, like,
died
what they
from
do.
gunshots.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be lame.
And the dreams that you wake up from, there you just got to see another you. But
like I've had multiple of me's fucking running as zombies.
yeah, I
and
want to know how many
dinosaurs.
of these zombies.
I've had that
what
dream
led
like 8
them,
times.
If you had it 8 times,
If
I mean,
not
there's
more.
I've had a
eight
dream-
universes where we brought back dinosaurs and zombies at the same time.
Yeah. So obviously they didn't come out with the Jurassic Park movies.
What if
and
they
were
brought
like,
back
this is a
the
good idea.
dinosaurs to try and kill the zombies?
Yeah, or what if they did that? Like, what if that was?
We're giving like Netflix all these indie movies like right now plots. We're gonna see like zombies versus dinosaurs.
Nah, this
next
needs to be
year.
a Bollywood film.
I've had a little universe with some continuity in my dreams too, with like a twisted version of Louisville, like a whack
Yeah.
weird. That shit I told you about. Yeah, that shit was weird.
That's what I'm
That shit.
saying. It's
That
like-
shit. I've had that like 6 or 7 times. Like
I
the
had
same. I could feel when I'm there. Like it feels like here, but it's like I know it's a dream, and I know it's all fucking like some kind of like fucking Tim Burton film. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Like that's the thing, bro. Like that's a possibility. Like that could be like where the dreams are linked to. Because
Or
like
it's
you
just
guys
all
were
in your
saying, like
head.
your body leaves. Like what if your soul is like, or whatever it is connecting to that other universe and seeing like through there, as a dream.
I had a dream where the world was ending because of a massive tidal wave. Like
Fuck.
Oh
that.
no, you were just having a ancestral memory. You were just reliving it.
Well, but I
Facts.
was at like a beach house in like Florida or something, so
The
I'm
perfect
on the coast,
spot.
so I could see it, and it's literally like
Could have been super old, you know.
like, it looked like it was all the way up to the atmosphere, like it was like miles high, and it was just coming at us. And at first there was the panic of everybody, like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna survive this? You know, what's gonna happen? And then it was just
Different pod.
It was low key peaceful.
No, you can't say that.
Yeah, what's up?
Just off that conversation, but it would just be like a whole another topic for another pod. But
No,
like,
this is perfect. We got plenty of time.
We're
But
we're
I-
doubling
but
up.
I've looked